Okay guys, I'm back once again with another video. Today I'm here once again with the Black Lion. And we are in the month of September, and we know that the legend, the founder of the great country called Ghana, today is his birthday. And whilst we are in September and today is Kwame Nkrumah's birthday, we want to learn some history or things about Kwame Nkrumah. In case you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. After subscribing, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss important video like this. And big ups to all the viewers, those that have been subscribing and those that have been commenting on the channel. So for me not to waste my time, Black Lion, I would like you to mention your name once again to my viewers and who you are, so that in case somebody is watching this video, they also learn from it.
Yeah, my name is Black Lion, as you said. I'm a Pan-African. I'm a Nkrumahist above all.
Okay, we are in the month of September, and today the whole Africa, most of the African countries are celebrating Kwame Nkrumah today. When we talk of Kwame Nkrumah, a lot of people know Kwame Nkrumah, but they don't know the history or who Kwame Nkrumah is. So can you help us with the little history about Kwame Nkrumah?
Yeah, Kwame Nkrumah is known worldwide. So I don't want to say a lot of people don't know about Kwame Nkrumah. No. That might be a misrepresentation of who Kwame Nkrumah is. Kwame Nkrumah is known worldwide. Kwame Nkrumah is an institution. Most institutions in Europe, universities in Europe have his books that he has written. Kwame Nkrumah, I would describe him as a great Pan-African, selfless one, somebody with fortitude, somebody with foresight, with futuristic mentality, great vision for the continent Africa. Kwame Nkrumah has been dissected by a lot of individuals in academia. A lot of them too has tried to discuss the man. But permit me to say Kwame Nkrumah is politically indescribable. I use the word politically indescribable because I am very mindful of God. God does the only person we can say indescribable. So I am very mindful. So that somebody will say I'm trying to play Kwame Nkrumah as God. No. Why do I say that Kwame Nkrumah is indescribable politically? I say when Kwame Nkrumah spoke about the liberation of the continent of Africa and the unification of Africa, a lot of African leaders at the time disagree with Kwame Nkrumah. Some of them, of course, we know were sponsored by the CIA, that was the Western world, to make sure that Kwame Nkrumah will not achieve that realization, right? That one is a word. Some of them also disagreed genuinely with him on ideological reasons. And I'm going to be very categorical. One of the men that was able to show political remorse was Julius Nyerere of Tanzania. Okay. He was somebody who really opposed Kwame Nkrumah's unification agenda. But he said something which is very profound. He said that after the demise of Kwame Nkrumah, it took him 10 years to understand who the man was. He read much about the man, and later I realized that Kwame Nkrumah was right with that agenda of the unification of the continent. So this should tell you that the man is astronomical individual. His mind is vast, and the truth is that he's the only man that is respected and feared and revered by the West. I'll give you an example. For example, in 1963, if my memory could serve me right, when Kwame Nkrumah paid a visit to American president, by then it was John F. Kennedy, right? mostly American president will be at their White House or the White House, and they'll receive their, visiting presidents from other African countries. But history will tell us that John F. Kennedy went to the airport to meet Kwame Nkrumah. That shows equality, that shows respect. And that is where respectability was attached to African when Kwame Nkrumah was in power. Unfortunately, the kind of leaders we see in Africa now, I'll borrow the Ghanaian parlance, which says follow back leaders. Follow back, kowtowing to African leaders. They got no respect because they are always cap in hand begging, carrying their bowls. Right. Let's come back to what I'm saying. He was a powerful man. He saw what others couldn't see, which has been established by Julius Nyerere. I will talk about his international achievements. He wrote a lot of books that is being studied. Unfortunately, in his own homeland, Ghana, they banned the books. And we knew that was complicit. America was involved. Because they knew that when we read the books of Kwame Nkrumah, it's going to make us politically conscious. And we will know who we are, and we will know our capabilities. That's why they banned the books. You understand? Right. Then let's come back to Ghana. When Kwame Nkrumah had independence for us, he was not selfish, as I said. He said that the independence of Ghana is meaningless except it's linked with the total liberation of all Africans living under colonial rule. That's what Kwame Nkrumah said. Kwame Nkrumah was not just talking, he walked the walk. And people were fighting him. And you see, it saddens my heart that all the people that were fighting Kwame Nkrumah, it's like you're playing ball with Messi and you try to dribble Messi. You can do that. The man has vision that they couldn't see, and they pull him down. They destroy him. It's very sad. Sometimes I see some professors trying to discuss Kwame Nkrumah, and I wonder the kind of, I'm sorry to use the word, I wonder the kind of, intellectual capabilities or faculties that they have, that they want to describe a man that stature is above them. They can't do that. It's like you are not a pilot, you want to pilot a plane. That's what I see them. I see everything that the man did is standing. His legacy is standing. They have done so many things to tarnish his image, but he's standing. Fast forward. 2010, BBC, Man of the Millennium. Kwame Nkrumah, a dead man, and Mandela, a living being, active president, if my memory could serve me right. They voted Man of the Millennium between Mandela, a living man, and Kwame Nkrumah, a dead man. BBC, Kwame Nkrumah won. BBC, not Ghana, be Ghana. BBC, all African countries, Kwame Nkrumah won. This should tell you that the people of Africa appreciate the man. But as the word of God said, or the Bible said, a prophet is never regarded in his own time. But some of us, we regard him. There are certain things that we don't pay attention to. That shows you, I will call the divine orchestration that has placed Kwame Nkrumah in the pedestal that nobody can equal him. I don't want to say some things that seems like I'm blaspheming. Do you know that the whole world, somebody should prove me, Kwame Nkrumah is the only person who has been reburied 3 times. I will call that political resurrection. Sure. Not even my Lord Jesus Christ. Let me prove to you. When Kwame Nkrumah died, and when he died on faraway Romania, right? They brought him to Guinea. They buried him in Guinea. They brought him, and then Achampo government went to, spoke to the president, Secretary, right? And then they brought his body to Ghana. And then they took him to his hometown in Nkroful and they buried him. And then after some time, the government of Ghana deemed it fit that he must be buried in Accra. So they took his body. One, Guinea he was buried, they moved him from Nkroful, and then they took him to Accra 3 times, political resurrection. That is Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah is the only leader that when he died, president leaders carried his casket. Example of one of them was Fidel Castro. Not even the Queen of England when she died. Did you see any leader carrying the Queen of it? You see how divine orchestration has put the man. All right. Kwame Nkrumah is the only man from Africa that his image was embossed on a foreign currency when he was in Guinea. Right. The whole world, show me who has been a co-president. It's Kwame Nkrumah.
So with all these things, do you think that we have our leaders, the leaders we have in Africa now, do you think if somebody have the mindset of Kwame Nkrumah that is eager to change something on the land of Africa?
African leaders, they are not leaders, they are politicians.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, you see, what's the difference between a leader and a politician? The leader looks at the future of the nation, the generation, the next generation, right? The politician looks at the victory of his political party. That's the difference. You understand? Why did I say Kwame Nkrumah was a leader? How can a man sit down and know that, okay, I need to get my people electricity? Then he built Akosomo Dam. And then he made a speech. He told the people, this Akosomo Dam, by then the population of Ghana was about, let's say, 5 million, right? Yeah. But Kwame Nkrumah said, in 10 years' time, Ghana will not need ideological power again, but rather Ghana will go nuclear. This is a thinking leader. This is a leader with foresight, projecting the future. You understand? But what do we do? What do we see in Africa now? I need to win election, so let me do some, few things to get the votes. But all of them, all the colors you can think of, that's what they do. Look at the things he has built, it's still lasting.
Sure.
That is a leader thinking about the future. So Kwame Nkrumah, if I say I will talk about the man, I will talk and talk and talk and talk. But all I can say, the man's legacy still stands. And you see, thank God he was a writer. Right. So what I would suggest for African leaders is that they must go back to basics. When I say back to basics, what does that mean? They should put aside all pride. What I would call political pomposity, where they feel big in their shoes and in their brains. They should put it aside and admit that the man has the answers, and then go and take most of his prescriptions, right? And then try to modernize it. Of course, most of the things that Kwame Nkrumah said was by then, we will say, might not be relevant in this current prevalence of times. But of course, 70% of them are relevant. They must take all those prescriptions, and Africa will be a better place. Nkrumah never dies. See, Ghana is so much blessed that Nkrumah alone can make Ghana rich than gold, but we don't know. I swear to God, the man, I ask myself, why? If you like, print his t-shirts and go to art center, print any other leader's shirt and go to our center or any part in Ghana and sell them and see which one will sell first. I know what I'm talking about. And one good thing I would say above all, Kwame Nkrumah gave hope to the Ghanaian. Kwame Nkrumah brought unity. He never brought division. You all know this history, how he started the modernization system, which today makes Ghanaians enjoy that unity we see. It is the foundation of Kwame Nkrumah. For example, if you are from Accra, like I am, you go to school in Kumasi, right? Then you learn the people's culture. If you are from Kumasi, you go to Volta region, you learn the people's culture and you integrate them. That minimizes tribalism and ethnocentrism. But what do we see now?
Tribalism. You are not from my town, you are not with the same family.
This is what Kwame Nkrumah decided to eradicate. Let me tell you one thing Kwame Nkrumah said. One day Kwame Nkrumah was accused of trying to introduce one-party system, right? And you ask the people, the factories that have built, the industries and everything, the people that can manage them are in the opposition. So we need to make sure we have a party system. And let me tell you, people get it wrong. The one-party system that Kwame Nkrumah wanted to introduce was not dictatorial. It was a new innovation that is tailored towards an African governance. African democracy is not good for us.
Sure.
You understand? It is true. So this is how Kwame Nkrumah wanted to do. All right, you elect your president, you elect your representative, what we say parliamentarians, they go to parliament. And then the parliamentarians will elect the president. Need to cut down costs and cut down all this infighting. What do we see? Leaders are not able to embark on projects because they know it will not win them votes. And most of the monies African leaders or leaders steal, they keep it because they are anticipating election. Every 4 years you go to election. But if Kwame Nkrumah, we have accepted his prescription for Africa's governance, which is one-party system, you have your representative in parliament. Like we have, you vote the whole place, they go there, they elect the president. This will be an African thing.
Okay. Some people are also saying that the independence that he has given to Africa, Ghana, it has affected us a lot. So what do you think about that one also? Have you heard something like...
I've heard it when I was a young man. I'm still a young man anyway. You see, when you listen to some of our people, with all respect, it's very childish and infantile. Do you know what slavery means? Do you know what colonization means? For more than 3 centuries or 4 centuries, that's 400 years, there was a serious colonization in Africa, specifically in Ghana. We never saw electricity. It was Kwame Nkrumah who made us experience electricity. We never had good education. It was Kwame Nkrumah. All the people that go to England, those kind of things, I realize it's coming from kindergarten or elementary minds. Do you know what independence is?
Some of the highly educated people are also saying.
See, I just want to be polite. So what do they want? If they don't want independence, what do they want? You see, during colonization, you know how we call the Union Jack? That was a British flag. You understand? And then after we had the independence, it was lowered down. And then they hoisted the Ghana flag. Do you know what that means? It gives us a level of respectability as human beings created by God. See, it's tough. For example, how do you feel Black Star is playing? Forget about their shortcomings. You feel proud. Let me tell you, when we had independence, do you know what it did? Even it gave motivation and inspiration to the black community in America. And this was evident when Martin Luther King Jr. was in Ghana in 1957 during the inauguration of Kwame Nkrumah's independence this thing, right? He made a profound statement where he said if a small country, Ghana, right? It's a small country in West Africa, referring to Ghana, with resilience, tenacity, and purpose, can fight for their independence, underline the word independence, and it will be granted to them by the British. That same measure of purpose, resilience, and tenacity, if the black community arise in America and fight for their civil rights and liberties, it will be granted to them. So look at the motivation that it gave to people. Not just Ghana. 1962, Jamaica had the independence. Do you know why? Because Ghana has shown the way. And that is why Ghana is always regarded as the shining star of Africa, because we were the first in sub-Saharan Africa to get independence, to open the political floodgates. You understand? See, so when I hear those, when I hear those kindergarten or elementary analysis and analogy of why we should get independence, what do they want? Today they hold Ghanaian passports and they are proud. They hold a flag, they are proud. They are employed as Ghanaians in Ghana and they are proud. So, I mean, if I would say I will be saying those things, I don't listen to such minds. Independence is good. Freedom is good. That's why Kwame Nkrumah said, we'll prefer freedom in servitude, right? Than, than slavery in whatever, you know that quote. So please, all I would say is that let's go back to Kwame Nkrumah's prescription. Some countries are using it.
Sure.
So why can't we use it?
Respect to him.
No, when I say not be the respect, that from full respect Shatawale will say, oh, not be say they use your mind every 21st, you can't speak plenty English and those things. What are the prescription? It's talking about industrialization. One of them, that's what Africa needs. Africa is still with the Goggisbed economy, which is the primary product, exportation of cocoa, exportation of everything raw. You understand? For example, Kwame Nkrumah built a gold refinery for us. Where is it? We have oil refinery. Where is it? Look at even in the 60s. Those are the things we got to go and look for and be doing them. And that is what independence means. That's what sovereignty means. So those people, I know someday they'll see the political light and the importance of being independent. Do you know what it means? We have Ghana Army. If we don't have independence, you know that those times we have the British, even the Navy was the Royal Navy, which is the Queen of England's Navy. And Kwame Nkrumah said, no, we got to get our own Navy. All these things because of independence. Of course, we know that we are not economically independent, and that is the job of the Ghanaian politician to do that. But the political independence, we have it.
Guys, it's sometimes very sad when you talk about Kwame Nkrumah, what things that he has established, and this day now, when you turn back and you look at all those things are nowhere to be found. Since Kwame Nkrumah has made the motorway, because Kwame Nkrumah has made this motorway, no single president in the country has done something different aside that. So we need a president, somebody like that. Are we still ready to get somebody like that? Is he from Ghana or other African country? This is the question. Your final word for our viewers. What do you have to say about Kwame Nkrumah?
See, when I started the interview, I was telling you that the man Kwame Nkrumah is vast, is beyond Ghana. See, is well respected because of his impacts when it comes to global politics. Let me tell you something. Apart from the fact that 2010, right, At that time, I was 30 years when he was voted as the man of the millennium. In the Newsweek, if my memory serves me, Newsweek, the 1,000 most influential personality of the 21st century, including Martin Luther King Jr. Mandela is a small boy. No, I don't want to go there. With all due respect, including what's the name? Martin Luther King Jr., including this name, so many names. This scientist, what's the name? Einstein. All of them. Kwame Nkrumah was, if my memory serves me right, about 160. The most influential personality of the 20th century. What are you talking about? Do you know who Kwame Nkrumah is? But I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what is wrong with the Ghanaian mentality. We throw away everything good and we go and take everything bad. We are too hypocrites, politically hypocrites. Chinese are applying Kwame Nkrumah's prescription. Malaysia, they are applying, and everybody is applying all over. Even America is applying it, but you don't know. So all I will say, I've said it already, that we got to go to Begsis, pick his prescriptions and recommendation when it comes to governance of our economy, right? But I want to say something. When I was talking, I said Kwame Nkrumah was the first black in the world. It's true. And don't forget, on record, first black man to dance with the Queen of England. Look, now it's not achievement, but in those days it was achievement. And I believe that was one of the things that also became so hated by his political opponents. Because even when they were in England, they did everything in England. Kwame Nkrumah was in America, but he came. Yeah, he danced, and I believe Kwame Nkrumah shook small. Because Kwame Nkrumah be show boy.
Sure.
You understand? And let me tell you, that incident brought a lot of joy to the world, because you know those days we have a lot of segregation and disrespect, racism and everything. So see a black man from Africa, Ghana, dancing with the Queen of England was not a mere joke. And that is Kwame Nkrumah. I could say a lot about the man, but I want to use this opportunity to thank the Kwame Nkrumah family that they have, through them, God has blessed Africa with a great man. And Ghanaians got to be proud of him. We got to put away all political animosities and indifferences and give him the accorded respect as a man. It's Kwame Nkrumah that has brought respect to Ghana. That's why Ghana is always respected. Nobody can doubt that. He's a great man. I want to end with one of his quotes I love so much. He said, I was not an African because I was born in Africa, but I was an African because Africa was born in me. And when he was overthrown, he made a very passionate statement. He said, Africa has taken 3 steps backwards, but with time, Africa should rise again. I never believed it. It took me 20 years to believe it. Why did I say so? Because when I see the old bones, when I say old bones, political leaders, old ones, no fresh ideas, colonial mentalities, ideas and teachings, I was very pessimistic. But recently when I see the young people coming out with innovations, I realize that what Kwame Nkrumah said will one day come to light even when I'm not alive to say it. So young people, listen to me. Forget about all the things that the professors are telling you in the universities. When you go to the universities, they will not tell you that Kwame Nkrumah built a silo to preserve cocoa for 10 good years so that he would determine the price. Ghana would determine the price of cocoa. 10 good years. No professor will tell you that, but they will tell you all the obnoxious and nonsensical things. That is incorrect. So, professors, I'm talking to you. All the professors in our universities are polarized. They have their political stance. You got to be impartial when it comes to academic work. Tell the people that, look, Kwame Nkrumah did this, that, and stop lying. Look, if I'm an NDC man and I'm talking about Kwame Nkrumah, I will say exactly what he did. But in our universities, no. They won't tell you. Ask most, even Minister of Agriculture, most of them, they don't know what silos are. They don't know. If you know what silos are, you got no say you must preserve your things to determine prices. Up to now, how do you determine prices? Cocoa prices being determined by the they call it world market. What is world market? It should be African market. Cocoa prices should be determined by African market. And Kwame Nkrumah in 1960 have built silos in Tema, built silos in industrial areas, built silos in places. And Ghana's problem, I swear to God, is our professors, our journalists. They do all the lines, political dirty jobs. Let's go back to Kwame Nkrumah's prescription. I say, thank you so much. If I've rough feathers in my presentation, accept it. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much. You know, when we talk of Kwame Nkrumah, as I said earlier on, like the way Black Lion said, we will talk and talk and talk and talk, but yet still, we will not get enough of Kwame Nkrumah. So, in case you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, can you do me a favor by subscribing to the channel? Today, not Ghana alone, but most of the African countries are celebrating this man called Kwame Nkrumah, and we will not have his time in Ghana or even in Africa until he rise up again. Thank you once again for watching this video. Thank you.